Best case and worst case player comps for Duke Blue Devil forward Kyle Filipowski. Um, I think there's a wide range of outcomes for him in his NBA career that you'll see that if my player comps for him, and we'll get into those. But let's start best case for Kyle Filipowski, 7-footer, first tile game. Some questions about his toughness. Um, but Riley, if his career plays out as well as it possibly can, who do you think that looks like? What's his best case comp?
I think it's Santi Aldama, and another 7-footer, averaged 11.6 boards this past year, shot 35% from three. Uh, Lines pretty clearly what I think Filipowski's peak year stats would be. But the key piece here too is like I think Filipowski can be a good rotation piece for a playoff team. And when the Grizzlies have Ja Morant, that is exactly what they were. They were a 2 seed in Aldama's second year in the NBA. So, yeah, that would be my best case for Flip.
So you're basically saying for Flip, you think his best case is like, let's just hang on to rotation somewhere.
I wouldn't say hang on to a rotation. Like Aldama is a legit rotation piece. He played real playoff minutes his second year in the league.
Well, yeah, but I think you're hoping he does more than that, and you're saying like that's the best Filipowski can do.
I guess he has I guess there's a better. Yes, there probably is a better level he can reach.
I mean
Maybe this is the.
that's certainly in the realm of possibility for Filipowski. I'm not gonna argue that certainly. But this also comes for me. I think his best case scenario is Pau Gasol. I do not expect him to hit this, but you have a 7-foot big man who is very skilled. I think Powell playing in today's NBA would shoot more from the perimeter than he did during his time. Good vision, good skill. Also had a knock on him for being a little bit soft and not being as tough around the rim as he necessarily should have been given his size. I think that plays in with Filipowski as well. So again, if everything goes right for Filipowski, excuse me, who is very skilled, I could see him being a. There's a world where he is a modern day Pau Gasol.
I like that. I like that. There's like the 1 in 50 chance that he
Yes.
he,
Yeah.
he hits that. A lot better than Santi Aldama, which is more so like the safe. This is probably who he is. It's really hard for me to envision Kyle Filipowski becoming a Hall of Famer, and that's not just because I'm a UNC grad. It's not because I'm a Duke hater. I am a Duke hater, but that is not affecting it here. I feel like I can be pretty unbiased when evaluating these players. I like it. I'm going to give that to you. I don't even need to hear your worst. I think Pau Gasol is
Yeah.
definitely this is a
Well,
good best case comp.
I do think there's a wide range, and I'll get to that in my worst case comp because I don't like. I think there's a scenario where he is like the number 2 or number 3 guy on a championship team. I don't
I
project
can see
that to be
that.
the case, but I think that's in the realm of possibility. Worst case, though, who's your worst case?
Yeah, my worst case was Scal Labicieri, another 7-footer or near 7-footer who was known as a finesse big, top 5 prospect coming out of high school. Struggled with physicality, and that's the
Yep.
theme that we've talked about with Flip going into the scouting report as well. And people might forget Scal played in the league for like 4 or 5 years. I don't think Flip's like a 2 year and done kind of guy. As I was looking, I was researching player comps, and I thought about going with Steven Zimmerman. Remember him, who was like a top
Yes.
5 kid coming out of high
Yes.
school? He spent 1 year in the league. I think Flip's got at least 5 years in the league. I mentioned this in the scouting report. Duke has a really good track record of putting guys in the league who, even if they're late first, early second round, stick around for 5 to 10 years. But yeah, worst case for me is Scal, where he just can never adjust to NBA physicality and athleticism, and he
Yeah.
falls out of the league in 5 years and plays in the G League.
I think the difference between Scal and Filipowski is that Filipowski actually produced in college.
Yeah, for
Right.
sure.
Right.
Scal was
Um,
like theoretically skilled, where Flip was actually skilled.
yeah. That's why I went with, and this is a bit off the map. I am impressed I was able to pull this. It was Dante Green. It's an old Syracuse big man. He's I think 6'10", 6'11", much more athletic. Filipowski is. But played at a time where he was trying to be a stretch four, and they kind of had him have him play inside. And he essentially became a shooter because he didn't have the toughness to play inside or the strength to play inside, became a shooter, but wasn't shooting well enough to like have that be his role. And I think I see a worst case scenario Filipowski play out that way where he does not play strong enough or tough enough inside to where he has to be a more perimeter oriented player. And he is not a good enough, doesn't develop his shooting enough. He's certainly a fine shooter at the college level. Doesn't develop his shooting enough to where that can be his like NBA skill or his only NBA skill. And then he doesn't develop a role inside of the league in a couple years.
This is a really good pull. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have no memory of this guy. Really good pull though, based on his stats at Syracuse. He averaged 18, 7, and 2 and shot 35% from 3. Those are like literally flip stats.
Yeah.
But I gotta go with Scal. Because like people know Scal. No one's gonna think of who is Dante Green.
People love Dante Green. I thought Dante Green was going to be a much better NBA player than he ended up being. Which, you know, my best case Kyle Filipowski ends up like Dante Green. That would be the same kind of thing, going from Pau Gasol to Dante Green. I like Green better than Scal because, well, yeah, let's go with Scal because Green is a lot more athletic than Filipowski is. I'm okay with Scal there.
All right, so we got Pau and Scal for our best case, worst case.
Wide range of outcomes for Kyle Filipowski.
Very wide range.
The NBA draft is coming up, and I've got something awesome for you. We are partnering with the people at NBA 2K Lab. NBA 2K is the best video game on earth. The people at 2K Lab are making some awesome stuff to make that game even more fun, and they just launched their 2024 NBA Draft Simulator, where you can find the official Sleepers Media big board. We ranked our top 75 players in this draft class. Me, Carter, Brian Ralph, Riley Davis. We did it together, and it is featured on the 2K Lab NBA Draft Simulator. You can take control of any team in the draft, play GM with just one click, and see our entire rankings before these videos even come out. Check out the link in the description of this video to try out the draft sim for yourself, and you can find more mini games at nba2klab.com/NBA-mini-games.